Hi guys, it's Wombat and I am currently hauling on the Afromap, and I do have a Dolvario 10 axles trailer behind me, which sometimes causes me problem when I'm using the Volvo F16, but today I don't think that's gonna be a problem. We should manage this one. And I'm here not to talk about neither the Volvo or the cargo or even the trailer. I'm here to talk about my big map setup. My big map setup, the global edition so to speak, is updated, and I have that set up on two different profiles. One of them have never caused me any problems. The other one has, just like many of you have reported, had several, well, not several, but have had tremendous issues with loading time. We're talking about, in my case, 15 minutes of loading on that profile every time I load up the game. And that is caused by the game just doing some re-indexing of the map. That problem is, at least for me, gone using the setup I'm using on this profile. And there's nothing new really about the setup on this map. It is simply updates. Well, there is one new addition, but the setup now seems to work a lot better than it's ever done before due to the updated map mods. So we're gonna go through today how you set it up, and you will have to do some editing of your Poland rebuilding files. Currently, officially, Poland rebuilding isn't compatible with 1.32. That is easily changed by changing the compatible versions in the manifest.sii file in each of the 6 files of Poland that Poland rebuilding consists of. Changing the manifest files and changing that compatible version from 1.31 to 1.32, problem solved, and you're able to add the files. I will have documents linking, I will have links to documents showing you how to do it. Those documents are provided by arayas, and I will also link to a video showing how I do it using WinRAR. In that video I say you can do the same thing with 7-zip as well, but some people have been having problems with 7-zip doing it. So this time I'm gonna say watch the video, ignore what I'm saying about 7-zip, use WinRAR to change the manifest files. But we're gonna go through that, and I'm gonna show you the setup, and hopefully you'll be able to copy my setup and create the biggest map mod combo ever. So let's get started. And here's the map. It is pretty big, as you can see. You have EAA over here. It is incredibly huge. We have Iceland and Tórshavn here, which is part of Promods. The UK and Ireland. More parts of Promods. Here is Sardinia. This is the island, the scenery mod. You have Afromap here, growing even larger, and it's growing pretty fast, I think. So that is exciting. Here's PJ Indo. We have Turkey over here. And good news about Turkey, by the way, because the size of Turkey today is on a completely different scale than the standard maps. But by the end of this year, the whole map of Turkey will be available as a 1:19 scale map, and that's all thanks to Arayas and his Romania Extended. He is currently making this map a 1:19 scale map. It's an incredibly huge job, and I was fortunate enough to have contact with him, and when I asked him about it the first time, he told me it's probably gonna be the first or second quarter of next year. But knowing Arayas, you realize that he's working faster than anything. So it's gonna happen by the end of this year. That's a promise he made yesterday, actually, when this is recorded, yesterday. So once that happens, we will be able to see the island of, and I completely forgot the name of that island. Well, there are parts of Promods that are supposed to be over here somewhere. There. I can't remember the name of that island. Irritating, annoying. Anyway, that isn't here today because the area is covered by Turkey. But by the end of this year, it won't anymore. We will be able to reach the island of... can't remember. But currently we can't. So yeah, Turkey there, Romania Extended here, and I am using the version 1.9, the paid version. I can't stress this enough. I strongly recommend that you buy Romania Extended and get these cities as well. Now, you won't see these cities on your map if you are using the free version. You will still have some of the cities, but far from all of them. So I strongly recommend the paid version, and I strongly recommend that you use the premium membership. The map itself costs €1 every time there is a new version, and considering how fast Arayas is working, that happens relatively often. So if you want to avoid paying €1 every time, I strongly recommend that you just pay €5 as a one-time fee and get that premium membership, and you won't have to worry about it again. You will get an email every time there is a new version available instead. I shall not forget, we have ferries here, we have Emden, we have Scandinavia Mod here, and also down where is Copenhagen there, and there is Havnebyen as well. Poland rebuilding is here. We have Rusmap, and below Rusmap we have Southern region and the Great Steppe. Here are the two road connections. This is the road connection from the Great Steppe, and here's the road connection from Rusmap. And up here we have the Promsona road connection as well. And of course the Murmansk mod. I can't really see what it's doing on the map other than this part right now. This part is now undetected by me. I have driven there, so the Murmansk map, it is gonna grow rapidly, I'd say, considering how fast Demon 26 has been working on Afromap. So I've added the Murmansk map simply because in the future there will pretty soon be new releases, and for that reason it's nice to already put it in there, so that whenever there's a new version, just replace the file that you are currently using with the newer versions. Let's not forget about the border mod found here between Narva and a city name I can't pronounce. It is pretty difficult to see. There it is. That city name there, I'm not gonna try to pronounce it, but here's the road, here's the border connection. It's a really nice mod. It's a small one, but it's a really nice one. So I strongly recommend that you try it out for yourself. And then last but not least, we have Ross up here. It's a pretty big mod. And I am doing a haul to Vorkuta right now. Later today, when this is recorded, I'm doing a live stream again here on YouTube, where I'm hauling from, let's see if we can find it somewhere over here, not on this profile then, somewhere around here, Christopolis to Salvador, then over to Calais, all the way up to Promsona, and over going this route here over to Vorkuta. I'm not gonna complete that haul today, it's a pretty long haul, but yeah, I think that's it. That's the entire map. Don't think I forgot any cities this time at least, or I don't think I forgot any map mods this time. So yeah, that's the map. Let's do the setup. So we start at the very bottom, and there we find the PJ Indo map. On top of that we have the base map for EAA version 5.0, and then version 5.05 MAPA file. Then we have Great Step, Model, Map, Def. Then we have Southern Region, Model 3, 2, 1, Def and Map. And then the English translation file. Now if you do speak Russian or can actually read Cyrillic, I can't, then you possibly don't need this one. The next one is Turkey, YKSTurkey, and we'll have to look at the information about the file and the package name. So at the bottom of Turkey we have Model 2, you see the package name is Model 2. Then we have Model 1, obviously, there we go. And then you have the def map, the definitions file. Now for the YKSTurkey files there is also a file, I think it's this one, yeah, the map file. We are not going to use it, do not use this file, no. Instead we add the YKSmapFix version 5 by arayas, so it's found on Roextended.ro. This one goes on top of the def file. So don't use the map file, use the YKSmapFix v5 instead. Moving on, we have ROS, Russian Open Spaces Model, Map, Russian Open Spaces, then Vehicles, and then Vehicle Truck. There are other files, we'll get to those pretty soon. We have the base mod file for Sardinia, and it's version 0.9.1. And just above that we have Rusmap def package. Then Promods package 3, 2, 1, media package, map package, definitions package, and assets package. Then we have the Fix Promod 2.27 plus EAA 4.6. Now if you don't use EAA, you can't use this file either. And you can't use EAA if you don't have this file. That will crash your game. So if you have EAA, you need this one as well. Then we have the ferry for the Sardinia map, version 0.9. And Poland Rebuilding. Now Poland Rebuilding is officially not compatible with version 1.32. So if your version says incompatible, when you look at it here. In my case it says active because I've added it. If it says incompatible in your case, that means that you have not manually made the files compatible with 1.32. You have to, in short, you have to change the manifest file in each of these 6 files to be able to add Poland rebuilding to 1.32. Now I have links in the description on how to do that, so please check out the links, and if they are still incompatible despite you at least tried to do whatever is expected of you to make them compatible, there's not much we can do about it except try again. You need to change the manifest files for this to work. So, but once the manifest files have been changed and you have made 1.32 one of the compatible versions for Poland rebuilding, then you will be able to add them, and it's pretty easy and straightforward. It's file number 5432110, and that fix file is very important, so make sure you download that one as well. Then we have the rest of the Rusmap files. We have model 2 package, model package and map package. A couple of fixes then. This one, the Spruce fix, is crucial. Your game will crash without it. Basically all these fixes, your game will crash if you don't have them. Then we have the Rusmap 1.8.1 fix. And then the road connection for Promods 230 and Rusmap 1.8.1. And I am aware of the Promods Rusmap Poland rebuilding road connection. It is not needed. I'm not using it. Go ahead and use it if you like, but this is the one I'm sticking with, and it's working. I do not have any roads that aren't connected using this one. It used to be an issue on 1.31, but not anymore. Then this one is a really exciting one. Promsona 3 for 1.32 for Rusmap and Poland rebuilding. So this one, you're gonna need it. And then we have the other 2 road connections between Ross and Rusmap in this case, and then between Ross and Great Step. And then above these we have the English city names for Ross. Now if you add the city names below Promsona, then you will have city names that aren't translated. So make sure you have the city names above Promsona, and make sure that you have Promsona below the other 2 road connections, otherwise these won't work. So make sure you have the correct order of at least this one between these 2. So both of these above that one. Romania extended then. Not 5 files anymore, they are only 4 now, and it's different between my file names is possibly different than yours, and that is because I'm using the paid version, which adds another 8 cities in Ukraine. So yours might be similarly named but not exactly the same. And by the way, talking about the free version and the paid version, if you download some files from the free version website or page, you will need to download all files from the free version page. If you download some files, if you start downloading files from the paid version, you're gonna need the paid version for all the files. So stick to either the paid version site or page or the free version page. So we have file number 4.3.2.1, then a couple of road connections. The first one is between Turkey and Romania Extended, and the second one is between Promods and Romania Extended. And then some ferry connections between Turkey and southern region, and then between Romania extended and Turkey, and then Romania extended to southern region. And on top of all of these, oddly enough, file number 4, Romania extended English city names. And again, if you can read Cyrillic, you won't need this one. I can't, so I do need it. Then we have Afromap. Now it's version 1.7. And there is a new ferry connection. I hope you downloaded it. And you still need the Afromap+Promods by Doomerdaze and myself on top of that. Then we have Scandinavia Mod. And Scandinavia has been updated for 1.32. It's still called 01.4. But this one is then made compatible for 1.32, and you do not need to change the manifest files anymore for this mod to work. But if your files says incompatible, you're not using the link in my description. So there we have the map file and then the definitions file. And above that we have Paris rebuilt. We have the island map, which is a scenery map. A lot of people ask me why can't I take any cargo from the island map, and that's simply because it's just a scenery map. It doesn't add any cargo, you can't do any hauls to or from the map. Well, you can haul through the map, but you can't take any cargo to or from the map. Then we have Emden, and of course the island map. If you don't want to use it, just remove it. Then we have the Emden files, and we have the Estonia-Russia border improvements, and finally Murmansk, by the same guy that gave us Afromap. And Murmansk I've just pasted on top of everything else. This one then, very crucial file to add, the Promods 230 Legacy Compatibility Fix Poland Rebuilding version. And I'm using the Poland Rebuilding version simply because I have Poland Rebuilding. Now if you for some reason aren't able to make Poland Rebuilding compatible, you're gonna need to add the other Legacy Compatibility Fix, the non-Poland Rebuilding version of it. I have a truck here and a trailer cargo mod as well. Don't bother with any of these. The important one is this one, arayas superzoom. It says version 2, which is unfortunate, but in reality it is version 3 for Promods. So from Romania extended website, make sure you download the Promods version of this superzoom. And if you don't use it, or if you are using version 2, your map will be skewed. It will not align with the underlying background image of Europe if you're not using this one. So make sure you have version 3. So that's the files and the setup for the files. So that's the map setup, and I hope you are able to get it working as well as it is working for me. Now, as always, if you have any problems, try creating a new profile, add the map mods to that profile and see if that works. If it still crashes, it is most likely caused by you using either other mods as well. Try to remove them and see if that works. Or you do not have all the maps in either the right order. Some of them are possibly even missing. Or you're using other versions than I am using. Links are in the description to all the map mods. Make sure you're using the same versions I am using. So if you're able to create a new profile, add just the maps I'm using and using the same versions I'm using, there shouldn't really be a problem with this. Of course, important criteria is you have to have ETS 1.32. You do need all 4 map DLCs, including Italia. So if you don't have Italy, your game will crash. Other than that, I hope you enjoyed the setup, and I hope to see you again next time. Take care, guys. Bye bye.